Hi everybody, Lucifer here, and as I said in my last video, I'm trying to do more poetry content. Now, I'm gonna say how I actually found this poem in the description, so yeah, please read the description, check the link I'm gonna put there. And this is currently one of my favorite poems. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read much poetry. But this poem here, Invictus, by William Ernest Henley, I just love it because it gives a hint of defiance, and that's kind of things I like. Okay, the first verse gives you the general idea. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. But the second verse, I would say, is my favorite. The ending one is strong, I'm not gonna lie. The ending verse, the fourth verse, is strong, and I love it. I am a captain of my soul. I love that line. But in the fell clutch of circumstance, something obviously out of the poet's control, the circumstances around him, I have not winced nor cried aloud. So basically what he is saying here is that he is a goddamn Chad. Doesn't matter how hard things get, he's not complaining. Under the bludgeoning of chance, again something outside of my control, my head is bloody, but I'm bowed. So I'm definitely hurt, but I'm not stopping, I'm not giving up. And this is the kind of stuff I enjoy reading. Because when I read this, I see the same idea, the same motifs throughout all four verses. And yet, it doesn't sound repetitive. It sounds, well, inspirational, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. I don't know. I just love this poem, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read more from this guy, so you know what? Let's just check what can we find about him. Okay. Well, there's only one listed, which kinda sucks. Oh well. Doesn't matter. One poem or 100 poems, I don't care, but this is... As I said, this is, well, my second favorite poem ever. Because my favorite poem, I don't think I talked about this on the channel. Yep, The Goat. It's called The Goat. And I'm not gonna read it out loud because, well, the translation is okay, but it kinda loses the impact for me. Let me just try to scale it up a bit, like that. But it's basically the story of a poor man during the Austrian Empire times, so the beginning of the previous century. And it says how basically how a man mourns a goat for a simple reason. That goat was his family's most worthy possession. It was the only source of food for the family. Where is it? Okay, here and here. How can so many be fed from the pay of just one child in town? It's a somber poem, it's a sad poem, as it paints a perfect picture of how hard it was to survive back then. And as such, I appreciate it very much. But I am gonna say that this is a poem about the past. I know that there are still people who go through hard times, but there's a much better poem, actually a song, about that, which I'm going to show right now. So give me a moment. So, what you're looking at here is a text of a song called Right Now by Fort Minor. It's actually my favorite song of all time. And as the goat talks about how hard it was to survive in the past, well, from our point of view, from the point of view of the writer, it was how hard it was to survive for him. And this poem basically tells how hard it is to survive for different people. And it's a continuous story. This guy got his car stolen. The guy who stole the car has a finger in their teeth and could use floss. And there is somebody on a curb right beside him who really needs a jacket. And he spent the rent in a bar getting plastered, so drunk as hell. And now he's gotta walk 14 blocks to work at a shop where he's about to get fired. And then comes the perfect couple of lines I've ever seen. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am not gonna lie, these 5 lines are, well, not exactly what saved my life, but something that helped me turn my life around majorly. Someone right now is looking pretty tired, staring in the laptop, trying to get inspired. Somebody living right across the street. She wrote the best thing she's written all week, but can't even think because her best friend is coughing up blood in the sink. Okay, I know that these titles are a bit, this text is a bit different. I think this is actually wrong. I think my version is actually correct, but doesn't matter. You get the message. It shows how different people struggle with different things, but that doesn't mean that one of them has it easier. Because I'm pretty sure that this person trying to get inspired, staring in a laptop for so long, is frustrated. They know that they can create something wonderful. It happened to me a lot of times. I felt such a drive to write, but I had nothing to write about. And then across the street, you have somebody who just wrote something perfect, but is also terrified of losing their best friend. So yeah, who has it harder this time? This person, let's say they're writing professionally and they have a deadline, and if they don't do it, they don't get to pay their rent and they get kicked out of their apartment. Or the person who finished their task but might lose their best friend. And then there is another very significant line soon after. I wondered what is it to be right there in their shoes. But no, I'm just taking it in out of the window of a hotel bedroom again. There's the level of detachment we all have towards each other. I understand both of these people. The guy who is about to lose their friend, I can imagine how terrified they are. And the guy who has to write something soon. But in the same time, I am detached from them. I'm not them. I can think about it, I can ponder about it, but the truth is that tomorrow I'll be gone, at least from their world, and they will be gone from mine. I don't know when I'll be back, because I might never be back in their world, they might never come back in mine, maybe they will, I don't know. Why? Because in this world everything can change just like that. And we're not gonna go through the entire song. I do recommend the listen because the song is amazing in my opinion. But yeah, 3 poems that show, well, 3 different perspectives, I would say. You have the goat. This song is actually a complete contrast of Invictus. And I love them both, they are my number 1 and 2. This guy talks about his hardship and gives me an insight to how hard it was to survive in the past. This guy gives me the inspiration to keep fighting. And right now gives you the insight on what some people are currently dealing with. With a level of detachment, of course. But I think that this attachment, detachment, not attachment, detachment here is what makes this song, well, honest. Because we can all say we empathize with other people, that we sympathize with them, doesn't matter. But the truth is, yeah, you're not happy when you hear on the internet that somebody's house burned down halfway across the world. You do feel sorry for that person, but the truth is, and we're all fully aware of that, we don't know those people. And tomorrow, they'll be gone. We'll never think about them again. So yeah, my favorite song of all time, my favorite poem of all time, and my second favorite poem of all time. And they are basically all at each other's throat.